Hey everyone and welcome in this new video of me reviewing Apex Legends matches. So in this video I want to show you a 1v1 I had against a pretty decent Wraith. I'm gonna explain the mistakes I made, the mistakes my opponents made, and the reasons behind some of my decisions. So I land on roof and find an Arthur 1 right away, which is nice if we ignore the fact it was the only weapon I found on roof. And here I ADS, because you can never trust the audio in this game, but I make a really small mistake. As you can see, the crosshair placement is really bad. I should have aimed a bit higher. I decide to drop on first floor and get an EVA, which is nice, but here I make another small mistake. I did not make sure the Wraith is not on my floor. So right here I can clearly see the Wraith is not on this side of the floor, but I should have looked at the other side as well, just for 1 second, just to be sure I'm completely safe on this floor. Again, really small mistakes that could make a huge difference, but luckily this was not the case.
I'm in the ring already. A spot of good news, that.
So here I drop on ground floor, and right here I hear some really close footsteps. Now, since I'm in a bad position, the first thing I do is get into cover, and only then I start to look for the Wraith. This is really important. Now I'm in a position where I can play this little wall here, and I can take the zipline to quickly disengage if I need to. And this Wraith here makes a big mistake. As you can see, she drops on ground floor, putting herself in a position where she doesn't have any cover at all. Now I can't really manage to capitalize on the mistake she made, but a player with better aim than me would have absolutely beamed this Wraith here. So she Qs, which is the right play. I try to chase her to hit some shots when she's slowed, but I'm still reloading my gun, and here she's still in a bad position, but I can't capitalize on that because I don't really take my time to aim, my shields are almost empty, and she has a rampage, which is a scary gun. So here I said to myself, okay, let's reset, let's try to focus, and let's try to hit some good shots on this Wraith. So I go up 1 floor, pop a shield cell, and loot this light ammo since I know the Wraith is healing as well and she's not gonna push me. So here I try to get some info from this balcony since I know the Wraith is still on that floor. I try to heal near this pillar, but as she takes the zipline, I cancel the heal and I get into cover immediately. Here I try to mind game her by baiting some shots and then peek from the other side of the pillar. A mistake you don't want to make is peek again from the same side of the pillar, because there's a good chance the Wraith is still holding that. Now the Wraith hits me for 44, which is pretty impressive, and here I made the mistake I told you before. You don't want to peek from that side. And also, again, I don't take my time to aim, but I'm just wasting bullets. But what is more weird is the play that this Wraith decides to make. Behind this box, she's in a decent position. She has a net glitch, she can disengage pretty quickly by taking the zip, but then she decides to move into that corner of the floor. Again, putting herself in a position where she doesn't have any cover at all. So I know she has to move, and when I repeat, I manage to finally hit some good shots on her. But then I make another really bad mistake. So here's what happened. I decide to push, I failed the slide jump and changed my mind because of that, leaving myself completely exposed. What a mess. So you might be wondering what was the right play then. Well, I think here we have 3 valid options. The safest one, pop a shield cell behind the pillar right away. The aggressive one, that is throw an arc star behind the pillar and then push her, basically forcing her to fight in a bad position or drop in a lower floor. Or the third one, that is holding the pillar in case she decides to peek again, which she actually did. Anyway, of course I get back into cover and decide to throw an arc star, forcing her to drop. Now I have some time to heal, and as I hear her taking the zipline, I decide to play here, which I think is a good play, because 1, I ran out of light ammo, and now I have to play the EVA, so I need to be close to the Wraith in order to do some good damage. And 2, the Wraith didn't heal, so I have an advantage in terms of health. Well, nothing could go wrong, right? And in 1 second, I got absolutely demolished. And the reason is that I decided to peek the zipline, which is a terrible play since I need time to adjust my aim as she goes up the zipline while she already knows I'm on third floor, so aiming is extremely easier for her. So what was the right play here? Well, I have an Eva, could just stay behind this wall and wait to see what she does. She decides to fight me on my floor. Well, now I have an advantage because I'm aiming right where she's gonna land. She decides to take roof. I still have an health advantage, so I can make an aggressive play like zipline super jump, try to do some damage with the Eva and then finish her. But what I did here is probably the worst play you can make in that scenario. And it even get worse. After taking so much damage, I still decided to play the zipline, which doesn't make any sense. The right play here would have been just queue up right away and reset. But luckily it's not over and I managed to survive. So here I know the Wraith is above me, so I decide to play this pillar so that I can get into cover no matter what she does. In this scenario, healing on the railing is a bit more risky since she can just peek from above and absolutely beam me. When I hear she's not on roof anymore, I move to the railing because then it's a safer place to heal. So again, really small decisions that do make a difference because you don't want to be caught off guard while healing. I died so many times because of that. So here I find a car SMG, which is nice. And here I decide to climb. That is also a good play because yeah, I could just take the zipline, but since the audio in this game sucks, I don't know where she is. And as far as I know, she could be holding the zipline or worse, drop on my floor when I'm trying to reach it. Now I see her, but I don't shoot because she doesn't know about me, so maybe I can catch her off guard. Here you can see I was a bit reluctant about going near to the zipline, which turned out to be a good play that allowed me to do some decent damage on the Wraith. And the Wraith manages to hit some really good shots on me. Now here's a bit of zipline dancing, but I need to heal once again. So I take second floor and pop a battery. And here Wraith makes a big mistake that puts an end to this fight. Let's see. So what happened here? I hear she's popping a shield battery, and from the audio, I can tell she's directly above me. So I know she's healing in a really bad position, and I can make an aggressive move. So I take the zipline, and even with my Pepega aim, I manage to get the kill. So again, this Wraith aim was not bad at all, definitely better than mine, but aim is not everything in this game and positioning is really important as well. We both made some really bad mistakes, but I overall enjoyed this 1v1 and again, full respect for this Wraith. So that was it for this video. Remember that Backseat gaming here is allowed, so if you have any suggestion about the gameplay, about the video, really everything, please leave a comment and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode.